Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 21421 Southeast Oak Street here in Gresham, located in the home. We're going through it's a 1.5 inch or 2 inch ABS clean out under the sink. We're going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We have water running. Here we go. I was going to zero it out when it obviously tied into the main line. It might have done that already. At this point, I'm not going to pull back because it's very difficult to push the camera through, so we'll just subtract off when we pull all the way out where to zero out the camera. So far, I just saw a significant amount of grease buildup in the line there.
And then I'll come back in a couple of days. The radon and I put that there. I'll come back and retrieve that on Saturday.
Well, unfortunately, we can't get past 34 feet, so I'm going to attempt to find the exterior locate, or exterior clean out here to try and locate it. Alright, I did locate the exterior clean out. It was buried about 6 inches under the dirt there, so we weren't able to find it the first time around, so we're going to move the camera over to that location. All right, I'm just about to pull the camera out of the sink clean out. We're going to move over to the exterior clean out and scope the rest of the line. But I do recommend drain cleaning by a jet or auger or something of that nature to remove all the grease from the pipe. Throughout this, it's like a 1.5-inch ABS line. About 50% of it right now has grease coated to it. So I highly recommend getting that cleaned out of there, as that's likely going to cause the sink to clog and fill up. Okay, we're out here at the exterior of the home. This is on the left side of the house. We're just behind the fence here a few feet, 3-inch ABS clean out. I'm going to zero out right here, and we're going to camera out. I'm going to move the camera very quickly as it's a long run to the street. Do have some standing water right here in the line. It's a fairly short belly. We'll check that out when the line's drained. Transition to schedule 3034 PVC pipe there. You can see my camera is scraping a bunch of grease off the bottom of the pipe. That grease is sticking to the line so far throughout the line, or everything we've scoped so far. And here at about 111 feet out, we have reached the main lateral. I'm going to do locates to just verify that we're out in the street. So where the camera just stopped there is where it just reached like a Y junction in the line. This is set back on a flag lot, so I do believe that there is some shared responsibility here. Where I located the camera at this point right now is right at the end of the driveway, or I'm sorry, basically it's the beginning of the driveway, right where the driveway is meeting the street. And there is a plate there for a clean out access. I would recommend looking into like the city records or the title report to see where responsibility starts and stops in this situation. There's about 3 homes here, this one including 2 others that could very well be interconnected on this line. And the pipe is drained out at this point. That tie-in right there is what we're seeing, that plate all the way out the end of the street, I believe, or the end of the driveway. Now, so far at this point, all drained out. The standing water is quite minimal. Most of it is, except for the very end at 111 feet. Just before that point, it's about a ½ inch of standing water for just a couple feet. The rest of the standing water I'm seeing here is less than ¼ of an inch. It's very minimal. That's how it's looking so far, anyhow. A little bit of standing water there. You can see in those spots there how much the grease changes and how much it builds up. Grease should not be put down any sewer line. It's going to collect in the most perfect of sewers. You have a toilet flush coming down the line. Okay, so that toilet water has essentially all dissipated at this point. Just about. We'll give it just a second longer. Okay, so right now the line needs to be hydrojetted in a big way. There's just debris built up everywhere throughout the line here. There is some standing water in this section. The issue is there's so much debris sitting in the flow line, it's kind of hard to gauge how much there actually is. I have a feeling it's fairly minimal, but I do recommend a rescope after the jetting is performed, just to have a better look at the line. But I think once all that debris is out of there, all that standing water, especially right here at the beginning, is going to look quite minimal. I'm just about to pull the camera head out of the line. Once again, I recommend drain cleaning the pipe from the kitchen sink all the way out to the street to remove all the grease buildup, and I recommend a rescope afterwards just to ensure that it's all been removed and to check. Mostly what I'm concerned about is the standing water right after it transitions to PVC. The rest of them I can get a clear idea of how much there is. The rest of the standing water in the line is very minimal, but the spot right there after the PVC is harder to gauge. There's so much debris in the flow line. But I think once it's all cleaned out, the line will be functioning. Or functioning as it should anyway.